Let's go. We two can make it one love, alright. Yeah. We two can make it one love, alright. 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 We two can make it one love. Let's get it. We two can make it one love, alright. We two can make it one love, alright. We two can make it.
Welcome, my kings and queens to We Two Can Make It All Right. I am Tara.
And I'm Reggie Reg, a voice from the streets.
This is a show for the people where all voices matter. We speak on various topics: music, society, culture, involvement in the communities, world events. Positive vibes only.
Yep.
Yes, we have to have that. And we do not tolerate now. Y'all know this. We don't tolerate defamation to anyone's character. Speak facts, and we can show enough talk.
That's right.
It's a dawning of a new era, and I declare and decree better days, hope, unity, and progression is coming.
Yes, it is.
How y'all doing?
Doing all right.
You know, we have a queen with us today. She is the meaning of I am every woman.
Okay.
Wow.
This sister is the epiphany of phenomenal, whom is a philanthropist, a Billboard top 15 gospel recording artist. She's an author, and she has spent years as a powerhouse advocating for our youth. She is also the executive director and founder of Entertainers for Education Alliance,
Okay.
I Will Graduate program. I am speaking of none other than Miss Tonya Lewis Taylor. How are you, Queen?
I am wonderful. I'm doing well. How about you guys?
Oh, blessed, girl, with everything that's
We
going
are
on.
blessed.
Yes, with everything that's
We
going
are
on.
very blessed.
Woo! And all we done been through. But you know
Absolutely, and we're still here.
what?
Ooh, that's
all
the
right,
good thing.
That's a
girl,
testament.
don't let this turn into all right?
We can turn it into whatever you
Whoa,
want to
don't
turn
let
it
it turn into that because
Because when I think, ooh,
of the goodness. Ooh. Well, you know what? Let's just jump right in this thing. What is it like being you and not her? And what does your joy look like today?
it's interesting because being me was a struggle, trying to understand how to encapsulate all of these things that I am.
Right.
But it is a journey that I've learned to embrace. I've learned to accept and understand who I am and my uniqueness
Right.
and all of my gifts and my talents. And
Mhm.
when you do that, you always are able to do something wonderful because we all come to this world with a purpose. All of us
Okay.
have an assignment attached to us.
Yes.
And when we understand what our assignment is and we're able to accomplish our goals and our dreams, that's a wonderful thing.
Amen. That's
Okay.
the truth.
Yes, it is.
That is so true because a lot of us, especially women, you know, we have a tendency, we're first and foremost nurturers. And then
Absolutely.
we sometimes can be so hard on ourselves and, you know, that self-esteem is something else. But that's a
Yes.
whole nother realm. But,
Yes.
you know, you have such a profoundness in advocating for youth, right? More so our young ladies. In your teaching and guidance, do you think you left out anything that would stay engraved in their spirits?
Well, you know, we service the I Will Graduate program. We've been around for 20 years. I mean,
Wow.
I hate to, I'm telling my age. So,
That's all right.
a friend of mine said, "You think you young?" She
Yes.
said, "You think you look young?"
Yes,
Yeah.
I know your age. So the bottom line, we've been around.
that's right. That's right.
That's okay.
We've been around.
That's a
And
good thing.
during our tenure, we've always inspired our young people to always know who you are, understand your greatness, understand your assignment. My book that I wrote is Be You, Not Her. And it's really about self-discovery, understanding your uniqueness and how that fits into the world so that you can do your part, right? I can't do your assignment, but I can only do mine. And that's the goal. We have to all do our part.
That's
And
right.
so we instill that in our students and we want them to be powerful. and we want them to be strong. We want them to know where they come from. We want them to understand the power that they have in them if they just go after their dreams and never feel like they're defeated. And if we as a community rise up behind our young people, they can do anything.
Absolutely.
We know they can do it.
Yes. God has blessed you with so many gifts, one being your voice. When did you discover your love for music, or, and deciding, or should I say, like, it was mandated for you to sing the gospel?
Well, I come from a musical family. So my mom, my dad, my grandparents, my parents had a musical group. My mom, my grandmother, my aunts, my cousins, they all had a group called the St. Peter's Gospel Singers.
All right now.
And so my whole life has been music. They would rehearse in the house, and I would have to accompany my sister, and I would have to accompany my mom to my grandmother's house for rehearsal. So we had to sit there, and their harmonies were so tight. And so, you're sitting in a room with these women that are just, they tearing it up. If I could show you guys some of the videos.
Listen, and speaking of.
They were divas, boy.
Because I'm getting ready to ask this diva right now. Give me a little something. Give me a little something.
Oh, who, me?
Yes, you.
You want me to give you something right now?
Yes, give me a little something right quick. I need something to put in my spirit. Come on.
Okay. Well, I just came from a funeral, and so I've been crying my eyes out. One of my childhood friends that I grew up in church, he passed, so the funeral was today, and I had just come in, and so the song I would sing is the song that was in my spirit for them. I sang at the funeral. I didn't sing this song, but it just came to me. I just can't give up now. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me.
Woo!
That's what I was thinking.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was food for the soul.
Ooh, I just felt that. Ooh, I needed that. Thank you.
Yes.
So, speaking of, you are an author, so am I. And
yay, awesome.
Yes, I just had a book released last August. It was August. And I did order your book. I can't wait to read it.
And I will order yours.
Yes,
absolutely.
Mine's is Rearrested
we
by
have
Faith.
To support each other.
Yes, girl,
absolutely.
yes. So what inspired that creation? Your book?
Well, it was really out of my journey. I grew up in a very eclectic lifestyle. I'm a church girl, but then I grew up, with hip hop influences. I grew up, in the 80s, in the 70s,
yes,
80s,
yes,
so 90s. And so there was just so much that was in me that I just couldn't understand how to release it.
Right.
And I went on a journey of self-discovery because, at some point in my life, I just needed to figure out, how all of my uniqueness, all of my talents and my gifts fit into what I'm supposed to be doing in this world. And it just seems like I'm doing a lot, but it's all part of my gifting.
Yes.
I'm graced. Some people are graced to do things. Like if you look at Reverend Al Sharpton, he's graced to do that. You look at Oprah, she's graced to do what she do. You're graced to do what you do. And so everybody has a grace on their life to do what they do. And I'm just grateful that I'm able to flow in my gifts and do exactly what I'm called to do. And the book really came out of that, me just trying to understand it all. Because, as a child, I didn't really have someone to kind of enter me into that place where I really understood myself.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I kind of feel that the church is missing, because you need that midwife. You need somebody to help you through the crazy years.
Absolutely.
So that you understand yourself, right? so that you can figure out and flow in your destiny, right?
Yes.
And so the book really, it took me a long time. I'm a woman of a certain age. So it's like, I'm not a spring chicken, but I'm grateful that I discovered what I needed to discover. And this book helped me do that. And that's why I wrote it. And I wanted other young women and girls and people, men, anybody, to be inspired by my journey and know that you're uniquely gifted. Everything about you is purposeful, from your eyes to your nose to the way you talk to your interests, and flow in that and own it and be proud of who you are, and then allow that to take you into your destiny.
Absolutely. I so agree. Wow. This is so powerful. Just your words thus far is just so inspiring, because the way things are now, God is so awesome in how he uses and chooses to use his vessels. And you, Ms. Taylor, are a blessing to so many.
Wow.
Tell me how your empowering and speaking the word actually into the lives have humbled and ministered to you, just seeing the reaction and change in others that may be within the community or out of the community, just change. How does that affect you? How has it affected you?
Well, I mean, I'm a woman who believes in service. That's how I was raised. So we were raised to serve. And you could be all of this, you could do whatever you want, but you're going to serve, because that's what church is. That's what we did. And so when I get a chance to serve and to see other people blessed, because I know that God has blessed me, it just, I don't know, it gives me a joy. It really inspires me to see people win. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I see people win, I get so excited for them. Like, sometimes my friends, they'll, they win at something, whether it's a relationship or job, and they're like, I want to celebrate, because it really inspires me, because we have to deal with a lot, especially, if you just want to break it down from just a culture, a race of people. Deal with a lot. And when you break it down to gender, men deal with a lot, women deal with a lot. I mean, we have to celebrate our victories.
We have to. And also, we deal with a lot, the conditioning as a hold on us as a society. We really go through a lot. But Queen, if I may, you are the executive director. That's another title of so many accolades that you have, of and the founder of Entertainers for Education Alliance, right? Which is a I Will Graduate program, right? Can you expound on that a little bit for the listeners as to how it manifested? Oh,
wow. Okay. So my background is, I'm a musician and I'm a church girl. So I've been singing, I'm a musician. And, the earlier part of my life, I, was out on the road, as you would say, pursuing music. And, I toured and I did a lot of background singing for people. And then there was a point in my life where I went behind the scenes in the music industry. And that's where I ended up at Rockefeller Records. And I developed Jay-Z's PR campaigns and all of the artists there. And it was while I was there, a young lady, a friend of ours, asked me if I would bring one of the celebrities from Rockefeller to her school. Right. And because the kids weren't coming to school. And I was just like, the kids are not coming to school. And without really thought, I just did it because I'm just a giver. That's what I do. And if I can help, I'll help.
Right.
And that day, it was amazing. The kids who were in school were just floored that, all of the Rockefeller artists came out to the school. It was turned up. I mean, these kids really just. And at the end of that school visit, the principal came over to me and said, when the students who didn't show up today realized that Rockefeller Records took over our building, and they said they're going to really be upset. And so I said, well, what do you mean when the kids, find out? He said, well, we only get about a 50% attendance on Fridays.
Wow.
And I said, really? And I said, wait, so this is going years ago.
Right.
And so during the conversation, I discovered that New York City was in an educational crisis. I didn't even know that kids weren't going to school, and we had a 33% graduation rate in New York City at that time.